Hi all, this is Once a Future Gamer and welcome to another Pokemon challenge. Last time we beat Pokemon Red with a single Vulpix, a challenge that was fun for the most part but absolutely horrible towards the end. Let's follow up with another Gen 1 challenge and this time I'm dipping into a different game. This time, the question gets asked if I can beat Pokemon Yellow with a single Eevee. Do I need to tell you much about Eevee, really? Mainly, it's a normal type with a BST of 280 in this game, the same as Shellder, Growlithe, Sandshrew and Execute, which incidentally have something in common in this game. If you can guess what these 5 Pokemon have in common in Yellow besides the BST, answers in the comments please. Pretty even spread with at least 50 in each stat, the special being the best, but given that we don't learn any special attacks, it's moot. It will protect us a little though. I genuinely cannot believe we can't learn dig in this game. Shocking. Now, Eevee does have a huge problem in this game, mainly being that it gets no sort of cover in terms of damaging moves. Each and every move it can learn via level up or TM that inflicts direct damage is normal type, given that Bite isn't dark type in this game. There might be a huge issue right there later, but I've got a plan. Those of you thinking ahead might be able to work out which Elite 4 member I could potentially struggle with. So the rules, they'll be on the side of the screen throughout. I can only use Eevee in combat. HM Pokemon are permitted to be caught but not to fight. No items in battle beyond Pokeballs. Held items would be included if that were a thing yet, but that's 3 years away chronologically. And last, no glitches or exploits that I have any sort of control over. I use the UPR to replace Pikachu with Eevee, and because I'm feeling mischievous, I do that vice versa for the rival too. So I get Eevee and he gets Pikachu. That should be fun, a real let's go vibe. After watching Oak catch the Eevee and my rival pinches the Pokemon originally meant for me, I nicknamed said Eevee subscribe because, well, why not? The button's down below. We fight in Oak's lab, myself and rival Rod, subscribe versus Pikachu. First hit I take is a crit Thundershot, which is exactly what you want. Not. Anyway, it fails with Growl at the first attempt, takes another tackle and another before going down, even though a second Thundershock hits and a second Growl succeeds. It's too little, too late. I start leveling up. Tackle is the only damaging move I'll learn naturally until level 23, and I might have to be at that point to beat Brock, given how tanky his Pokemon are. I level up a bit and then go tackle Rod to the west of Viridian City. Subscribers hit level 14 when I take him on. Spearow goes down to 2 tackles, missing Leah, and Pikachu has been mysteriously replaced by an Eevee of his own. Maybe he really took that first loss hard and released it. Oh well. It goes down to a few tackle attacks despite spamming Sand Attack. Maybe the game mechanics can't be randomised in the way I tried to do. Oh well, it'll probably make it harder now. I'm not looking forward to the Brock fight, but we make an attempt after grinding up to level 19. He starts with Geodude, 5 Sand Attacks and 6 Tail Whips, and then I knock it out with 2 Tackle Attacks, during which it manages to hit me more times than is funny. Onix gets 6 Sand Attacks and 6 Tail Whips and even a few Growls when it's charging Edgy for Bide, but it takes 4 Tackle Attacks to knock it out. Brock doesn't even come close to inflicting bad damage on me. 1 badge down, and potentially the one that I was most worried about. Let's move on. In Mount Moon, I grab the Helix fossil and then I'm confronted by familiar faces from the anime as I battle Team Rocket. Subscribe then tears through Ekans, Meowth and Koffing with a series of quick attacks. It's more accurate than Tackle. Way more accurate. It's a nice yellow exclusive touch, their inclusion in this game. So anyway, we get to Cerulean City and I have a choice between Misty and Rod. What an option. I decide to give Rod a go first just to see how we stack up. Now, on the surface it might look like an easy win, but thanks to Spearow using Growl and Sandshrew using Sand Attack, this fight was far more touch and go than it looked. Quick Attack missed a bunch of times thanks to a combination of Sand Attack and what had to be the 256 glitch. Anyway, Spearow goes down, followed by Sandshrew, and then Rattata, and finally Eevee. Guess he really did release that Pikachu then. After fighting the trainers on the SS Ant and to the east of the Million, I go back for Misty, with Eevee at level 36. It takes 1 bite to defeat Staryu, and after I hit Starmie with 1, it survives and she uses an X-Defend before a second bite finishes her race off. I need the levels because there's some horrible bits coming up. Rock Tunnel is going to be rough, and I'm kind of worried about the Giovanni fight too. Still, we've got a bit to go yet. Next up is the rival fight on the ship. Again, simple. Spearow goes down to Bite, Rattata to Quick Attack, Sandshrew gets knocked out by Bite, and his Eevee goes the same way. That was smooth, but given the level advantage, perhaps to be expected. Anyway, Lieutenant Surge, and this could be tricky. I hear people going about how Surge is easy in Yellow because he only has a single Raichu, but I used to really struggle with this monster when I was a kid. Anyway, it starts with Raichu using Growl, and I call for Bite, and it crits, knocking it out in 1 hit. Okay, I'll take that. 3 badges down. That wasn't so bad. Next is the rival fight in Pokemon Tower, and this is a section of the game I'm not looking forward to when I come back later. Still, subscribe is level 43, so here goes. Fearow survives Bite and is flinched. I finish it with Quick Attack. Shellder gets 1 hit by Bite, as does Vulpix. Then his Sancho also goes down to a single bite. And finally, his Eevee, who also gets badly bitten to the point of fainting after one move. Next is Celadon, and I go after Erica first. Tangela survives bite and lands Vine Whip before a second bite takes it down. Weeping Bell proves to be a problem as it narrowly survives bite on red health and then lands Sleep Powder, and because Sleep is brutal in Gen 1, proceeds to land several Razor Leaf and acid attacks on Subscribe, who wakes up with 4 HP left and immediately gets melted by a final acid attack. Okay then, now I'm annoyed. Regroup and do this again. It can be done at this level, and that might seem a weird statement given I'm 15 levels higher against a Pokemon that isn't even fully evolved yet. I go after again, and the second attempt goes better, although Tangela gives me more trouble using 2 Mega Drain attacks to survive through the bite attacks. 2 bites and a quick attack take it down. Weeping Bell narrowly survives bite again, but goes for Razor Leaf rather than Sleep Powder, and quick attack takes it down, despite that Razor Leaf being a crit. Finally is Gloom, who survives the bite and lands Petal Dance before a second bite takes it down. 4 badges for me. Next up is Giovanni, and I don't think this is going to be fun given he'll resist our moves. Still, this is the reason I've been power leveling. I also start with a load of Sand Attacks and Tail Whips. There's a reason for this. I hit 6 Sand Attacks and Tail Whips on Onix, and it uses Rage throughout, which fails a lot due to a combination of me not hitting it and the Sand Attacks. I knock it out with 1 bite eventually. 6 Stand Attacks on Rhyhorn, who does land a lot of Horn attacks, but Giovanni uses a Guard Spec before I can start with the Tail Whips. I take it down with a few bites before Persian is 1 hit by bite. I have to fight my way through Pokemon Tower next, and I don't use the Pokemon Center, healing only with potions. I can't hit the ghost, so I need to struggle through the mandatory Channeler fights. And then I find out that struggle doesn't affect ghosts in Gen 1 like it does in later gens. Well, that's just fantastic. Looks like I'm soft locked for the time being. Let me think about this. Okay, so it turns out the only way to hurt ghosts at this point in the game for Eevee is using Bide, which I'm not thrilled about. Incidentally though, I do have a plan for Agatha later in the game, but I can't do it yet. Bide is not ideal. The majority of Ghastly no Confuse rate, and that screws with Bide immensely. If Subscribe hits himself, then the Bide fails. Plus, they have a tendency to use Lick, which doesn't affect Eevee either. So, yeah. Anyway, I make it through Pokemon Tower. Let's never speak of this again. Against Koga in Fuchsia City, I've taught Subscribe Body Slam, replacing Quick Attack, and keeping Bide for the time being. At least until I can get the other move that I need. Anyway, first Venonat goes down to a crit Body Slam. Second Venonat also goes down to a crit Body Slam. Third Venonat goes down to a single Body Slam. Not a crit, so I assume the other two would have gone down without a crit as well. Venomoth survives a Body Slam, but unfortunately chose to attack with Leech Life, which is charitably called weak in this gen. So a second Body Slam takes it down. 5 badges down. I head to Sylph next and fight my way through the tower until I find Rod on the 7th floor. Sandslash goes down to Body Slam and Bite, landing Swift in retaliation. Ninetales goes down to Body Slam. Cloyster is a bit more of a challenge. It survives Body Slam and lands Supersonic, and it causes a few issues as Subscribe hits himself over and over, eventually taking it out with Bite. Against Kadabra, he hits himself before the Kadabra tries to use Recover. Eevee shakes Confusion off and takes Kadabra out with Body Slam. Jolteon comes out last and lands on red health from Body Slam as Subscribe outspeeds and paralyses it. Jolteon then lands Double Kick, which doesn't deal enough damage, and Subscribe knocks out his evolved form with Bite. Up next is Giovanni again. Nidorino goes down to a single Body Slam, and his classic cat Persian goes down in the same way. Rhyhorn takes a Body Slam and gets paralysed, suffering about half its health. A second Body Slam puts it on a sliver of health, and Giovanni uses a Guard Spec, just in time to see it be finished by Bite. Finally, it's Nidoqueen, and after she takes a Body Slam, he uses the same item, and she goes down to Bite. Another fight down. Next is Sabrina, and I'm not too concerned about this one because we hit hard and her Pokemon are frail. Plus, we're not specially weak either. Before the fight though, I get the 1 TM that we'll need for Agatha later and teach Eevee Mimic. I might have some fun with this. It's one way to hit Ghost types by learning either Lick or Nightshade, seeing as how it works differently in Gen 1 compared to other gens. It lets you copy any move the opponent knows, not the last one they used in battle, as happened in later gens. Subscribe is level 68 when I fight Sabrina, and it's a one-shot sweep. Subscribe outspeeds and lays out each of Abra, Kadabra and Alakazam with Body Slam. They couple one after the other, and that gives me the 6th badge. Next up is Blaine, and I'm feeling pretty confident. Ninetales comes out and gets hit with Body Slam, puts it in low health. His response is to use a Super Potion and then a Quick Attack before another Body Slam knocks it out. Rapidash gets hurt badly by Body Slam and then makes the unwise choice to land Takedown. It inflicts meagre damage on Subscribe, but the recoil does knock it out. Arcanine survives Body Slam quite easily and then lands a Takedown, however a second Body Slam knocks it out, which gives me the 7th badge. Giovanni is next, and I have a plan. See, he's had these annoying rock types all through the game, and Mimic is going to show them. Because the Doug Trio, he sends out First Nose Earthquake, and one Mimic later, so does Subscribe. Once the move has been learned, Doug Trio fails with Fissure, and Subscribe knocks it out with Body Slam. Persian survives and uses Double Team, but Bite knocks it out. Nido Queen goes down to Earthquake, Nido King goes the same way, and the Rhydon is last. It survives Earthquake, but Giovanni's obsession with one-hit KO moves continues as he goes for Horn Drill. It has about as much of an effect as Fissure did, to say none, and it fails. Subscribe floors it with a second Earthquake. Route 22 rival fight next, and there's not really any moves on his team this time that Mimic will be useful for. At least not this time anyway, I'll add. Sandslash survives Body Slam and lands a crit Swift before going down to a second Body Slam. Execute goes down to a single Body Slam, and soon after, Ninetales goes the same way. Cloister is more annoying, it survives Body Slam and uses Supersonic. Confusing Subscribe and then landing with draws. I'm seeing a pattern here. I eventually get to red health, and after hitting myself several times, I finish it with Bite. Kadabra goes down to Body Slam, Jolteon lands Thunder Wave, and Subscribe succumbs to Paralysis before the Evolution uses Agility. Subscribe breaks through Paralysis and knocks it out with a single Body Slam. Through Victory Road I go, and I hated it in Gen 1 with the rock puzzles. I never really realised it until I came back to it the other week with the Bullfix challenge. Eventually we get to the Elite Four and I figure I start making attempts on them. These are the stats at level 76. 146 in attack, 143 in defence, 141 in speed, and 164 in that special stat, which, as I said earlier, although we can't use it to attack, at least we'll be a bit more defensively sound. Guesses on if I can do this or not. Probably not at this level, someone will roll me over. Probably Bruno or Agatha on the first attempt, but we'll see. Versus Lorelei, Dewgong takes a bite, survives and counters with Bubble Beam before a second bite takes it out. Cloister gets tagged by Body Slam and gets paralysed, being unable to move before a second Body Slam takes it out. Slowbro gets bitten and uses Psychic. I hit it with Body Slam and she uses a Super Potion on it before I finish it off with Bite. Jinx is a one hit with Body Slam and Lapras is last. I hit it with Body Slam and it gets paralysed, though it lands Blizzard. It doesn't have any negative effects though, and I finish it with Bite. One Elite Four member down. Next is Fighting Trainer Bruno, and this could be awkward, at least until I Mimic Dig off his first Onyx and then finish it with that move, though it does land Screech. I use Bite on Hitmonchan, taking it out with 2 uses of the move. It only lands a weak Fire Punch in exchange. Hitmonlee goes down to Body Slam. I use Dig on the second Onyx, but it survives thanks to an X-Defend, and so I use 3 bites instead to finish it off, all to save PP. Mind you, it does keep slamming into me, which isn't pleasant. Finally, Machamp. I hit it with a Body Slam and a Bite to take it out. Next up is Agatha, and this is the fight that I learned Mimic for. I've not actually got any Ethers or Elixirs on me, probably an indication of the faith I haven't been able to do it at this level. Anyway, Mimic on the first Gengar to learn Lick. It's not good, but seeing how it does a third of the health of the Gengar makes it really not good. I can't win this fight, I realise. I have 6 Licks. It takes 3 to knock the first Gengar out, 2 for the Haunter later in the fight. I take a lot of damage from confusion being inflicted on me. I can one-shot both Golbat and Arbok, that's not a problem. I eventually lose to a final Gengar, getting knocked out by Dream Eater. But yeah, the Gengar will be a problem. I need to be stronger. Also, I need PP ups the Mimic. So I travel the map and max out the Mimic's PP. I get the ones from Celadon and Cycling Road, since I can't get into Cerulean Cave yet, and I can't be going to the power plant. Third attempt at Agatha, I hit level 80 during the fight. 3 Licks takes out Gengar number 1, despite it inflicting Confuse Ray on me. Thankfully it keeps trying to use Lick of its own, and it harmlessly passes through Subscribe. Golbat survives Body Slam, I finish it with Bite. Haunter goes down to 2 Licks. Arbok gets paralysed by Body Slam. I finish it with Bite after she uses a Super Potion, and the final Gengar goes down to 3 Licks, having failed with both Dream Eater and Hypnosis. In that order. Next is Dragon Master Lance. Gyarados gets tagged by Body Slam and counters with Hydro Pump, which doesn't do as much damage as I feared. I finish it with another Body Slam. Both Dragonite are floored by single Body Slams each. Aerodactyl is tougher, it outspeeds and lands Wing Attack before I hit it with a crit Body Slam. It uses Fly, I miss Bite before finishing it off with the same move. Last is Dragonite. I hit it with a crit Body Slam and nearly one-hit it, though it survives, albeit in a paralysed form. Lance uses a Hyper Potion, I Body Slam it again, and it misses Fire Blast. I finish it with a final blow, and now there's just 1 fight left. I use my Elixir, heal up, and then head out to face Rod. I learn Earthquake from Sandslash, and it uses Poison Sting. Thankfully, it doesn't poison me. I land Body Slam and it hits Fury Swipes, dealing minimal damage before I finish it with Body Slam number 2. Alakazam goes down to Body Slam. Executori's tank it and takes Body Slam hardly before landing Barrage. I finish it with a second Body Slam. Next is Cloyster, also tanky. It keeps using Clamp over and over until I can finish it off with Body Slam and Bite attacks. Ninetales I take down with Earthquake before Jolteon comes out last. It outspeeds and uses Thunder, which for about the only time in the known history of the move, managed to land, and my heart is in my mouth as Subscribe lands on 38 hit points. I use Earthquake and it knocks the Jolteon out, winning the run at level 81, which surprises me as I figured I'd need to be at a way higher level. Anyway, that's the end of another challenge. No post-game in this one, so yeah, enjoyable, the Channeler battles aside. Next time, I'm doing the third Kanto challenge in a row with Fire Red with a single Snow Runt. Join me for that one, of course. Well, we're nearly out of time here, so all I can say is thanks for joining me on this challenge. If you have liked what you've seen, then don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. If you have any ideas for future challenges, then drop them in the comments below, or you can find me on Twitter at @WansonG. Also, check out my channel for various Pokemon related stuff, plus other things that I've been involved in. There's Let's Plays, there's randomizers, there's other stuff on there. Guess that's a curtain call, so I'll see you next time. Have a great day now, take care. Once a Future Gamer, signing out.